Alright, ladies and gents, welcome. We do have map number 2, E1m2, between Sudden Death and Fragomatic. Milton, Nitram, Xantum, and X-Term for Fragomatic. BPS, Carapace, Ganon, and Razor for Sudden Death. Pretty strong lineups, to say the least. And if you missed map number 1, DM3, go back and check it out. But yeah, this is map number 2. And of course, Fragomatic, they managed to take themselves map number 1 pretty well. So, have to see if Fragomatic can close it out in 2 here in this best of 3 grand finals. Here we go. Xantum going to pick up the first rocket launcher now, get himself the rocket jump up to the Mega, and see if he can get out of here alive. They know where he is, so they're going to be hunting him down. Let's see if Sudden Death can actually manage to delay him or even kill him on the way to yellow armor. It looks like they're going to be able to manage it, so no yellow armor for Xantum. You can see his team did actually have this area under control, so really timely flood of that rocket launcher from Sudden Death to make sure that they keep things going their way, or at least building in that sense. Building towards a better future. Of course, we do have the second rocket launcher recently picked up here, but it did get eliminated more or less immediately. And we can see X-Term just watching over the grenade area, making sure that the passage towards yellow armor from this higher area towards quad is kept safe. So far though, not going to see much in the way of resistance. Of course, the enemy team is very focused on this rocket launcher here, and you can see indeed Sudden Death is lurking, and Razor's going to be able to pick that one up as he makes his way back towards the Mega to try to reinforce himself. No time to make it to quad, but we can see Nitram's going to pick that one up, but almost no health to work with, 4 points of health, so 1 pellet of the boomstick is enough to finish him off there. And Razor, meanwhile, the last guy to pick up a rocket launcher, is able to get himself towards that yellow armor. So really nice movement here from Sudden Death, and they may just be building towards a little bit of a lead now. If Razor can hang on to this, but still needs to make sure that quad's under control, yellow's under control primarily, and again they got to keep that enemy rocket launcher at bay for the time being. And going back for the next yellow, Razor under a lot of pressure. He really needs a second mate with armor and a rocket launcher to help hold some of these areas to allow him to actually roam around. But with the quad spawning in 15 seconds, that's going to be the primary concern now. And perhaps he can do enough damage with that quad if he's able to pick it up here. But X-Term actually going to drop the pack there. A teammate of his is going to pick it up and be able to finish off Razor. So once again, thrown back into chaos here for E1m2. Sudden Death, now they do have this quad on Razor, looking to try to recontrol yellow armor. We do have the next rocket launcher spawning in around 10 seconds, so if Razor can pick this up now, he might be able to get there in time, but looking like it's being a bit too slow to spawn here, so not enough time for that. Instead, he's just going to get himself the grenade launcher, and really what he has to do now is just try to use the remaining bits of this quad to try to do some damage and hold on to this yellow armor area. He's gone quite far out here, he's going to take a lot of damage, so back towards yellow, hopefully for his sake and his team's. We don't have any Fragomatic players lurking towards the yellow, and indeed Sudden Death had the item timing on the yellow. They had the players in place to pick it up, and that's going to be another yellow for them. However, the rocket launcher game got Nitram on one from Fragomatic. He's over at the Mega at the moment, trying to kind of gear himself up towards an eventual push towards that yellow armor. And in the meanwhile, Sudden Death's still going to be in control. So we still do have that rocket launcher for Fragomatic lurking in the Mega area. You can see that they are able to actually deny entry and keep it alive for now. Definitely a big goal of the quad run was to try to remove these rocket launchers from the map. However, they are holding on pretty well, but they have more work to do here. There's not nearly enough health and armor to support both Nitram and his teammate here. So they're going to stack Nitram up, see if he can actually get himself towards the yellow area. That's really the big objective here for the rocket launchers. Great frag there onto Razor, receiving no damage. Really good work here from Nitram, but he's finally going to get taken down. And in fact, he drops a pack to BPS, who's sitting on top of the yellow. He's going to pick that one up as well. So this is a huge result here for Sudden Death. If BPS can just keep himself alive. However, Fragomatic are going to be aware that he's kind of low here, and that's some good rockets placed there by X-Term, able to pick up a couple frags in defense of that quad. And we are going to see that the pack is going to go towards Fragomatic as they are on 2 rocket launchers now. But again, the battle that always is going to be persistent and raging on a map like E1m2 is for these yellow armors. If you have a rocket launcher, you need to be able to get those under control, and as we can see, very tight score at the moment. E1m2 often going like this between top teams. But next term, able to pick up that yellow now. And we can actually see that Fragomatic have 3 rocket launchers and there's 1 on Ganon. 4 rocket launchers on the map at once on E1m2 is certainly not an incredibly common sight. So you will be expecting those to slowly get taken out momentarily here. There's 2 hanging out for Fragomatic by the mega area at the moment. You can see Xterm's actually under a lot of pressure. He could really use their help here towards yellow. It's going to get stolen away by Sudden Death. That's a huge move there by Sudden Death. And they even got the yellow onto Ganon as well, who's got a rocket launcher. So if Ganon can get himself positioned well here, and indeed he is going to bust into the quadrant, BPS is going to pick it up, and now they're going to move together towards this yellow area to retake it. Of course, the rocket launcher is in 20 seconds. It was just picked up. But despite being a rocket launcher down, positionally Sudden Death are looking quite good at the moment. As you can see, just trying to hide here with these rocket launchers, and he drops a pack. He drops a rocket pack to BPS. That is a really big error there. Of course, going through these corners at lightning speed can be really hard to react, and BPS's reactions there were spot on, and he is rewarded very well. So, interestingly, Sudden Death have a nice advantage now, and the quad is coming up in 15 seconds. They're yet to really secure, a frag lead here, and you can see a bit of an assault here towards the yellow armor from these spawners, as the quad is to be coming up in 5 seconds. BPS is not going to be able to make it. He's just got to do his best to survive there, as we're going to have now Fragomatic on that quad. It's going to be Nitram able to take down these rocket launchers who are being flooded so much, pressured so hard they couldn't really get in for a proper quad assault, and that's going to leave Fragomatic on an excellent position here. Good work coming in from Nitram, securing very efficiently with that shotgun and the rockets this yellow area, moving towards the mega area now to try to look for the next rocket launcher to clear out. But he's got to be careful here. It's hard to approach that. Doesn't want to wear away all of his armor. Would rather hold on to position here towards yellow. Back in time, going to be able to secure this for his teammates, and that's really going to help them try to pick up a rocket launcher as well. But he's actually going to top up, which is it's always paramount to keep the rockets you have alive on a map like this as strong as possible as they can possibly ever be. So back onto the yellow armor once again. Quad spawning very soon. Nitram going to be wanting to push onto that, but the opponent's appearing from everywhere, spawning on top of him, appearing from below on the drop. We're going to have Sudden Death with the quad now, so that's going to potentially be a chance here for Razor to try to be the engineer of control right now for his team. But the pressure's coming on top of him. He hasn't really got much in the way of armor to play with. Very limited amounts of rockets. You can see he's using them sparingly and just has to hang out for that mega. He got delayed successfully, and he's not going to be able to make that movement towards yellow. That's what he really wanted. And you can see, that's a really, really good damage done by the opponents. They're getting Razor to have to fire these really close range shots. You can see how much damage the splash is doing to him, and they know that he's got to be weak here. Razor, you can see he's gone all the way towards exit because he's really afraid that they're going to try to flood him here. Wants the optimal engagement, and you can see Xterm looking for him there, but Razor slowly just has to hold out here. There's not much more that he can do except wait for that next mega. Now a quad coming up. Razor might appear just in a timely moment, and it's going to be, in fact, the quad eliminated, and Sudden Death coming out on top with some rockets here on Carapace, looking for that yellow armor control. He does actually push out an enemy rocket launcher from that area, so this could be quite nice if he's able to hang on to it, but going to get pushed away. In comes Milton there. Does actually borrow a pack. There's 2 packs there, I think, over by the green armor. Nitram's going to be around just a little bit too late here as the boomstickers are fighting over those. Oh, nice rocket there from Nitram. Going to be able to pick up an enemy rocket launcher kill. And again, battle for this yellow armor rages on here, as Sudden Death have taken just a 10 frag or a 12 frag lead. It is not super strong, only a 10 frag lead. E1m2s though have been decided by far less, very frequently. Finding another rocket launcher, Nitram out of the telly. That's good damage done though, so he's not going to be able to go towards quad, and that's kind of a big deal. A bit of bore damage there, as we see Xterm coming in to see what's going on. Razor's going to take him down, but with just a boomstick and no armor, there's not a huge amount that Razor can necessarily do here against any enemy weapons, but pressure coming in here towards yellow. Can at least remove that yellow from Xterm, which is nice, but in reality, Sudden Death without any rocket launchers at the moment, and that's a really scary situation because the objective here for fragomatic is now just to safely and securely get their rocket launchers towards that yellow. But Razor's at least going to take down Milton, so that's one dealt with. But there's Nitram and Xantum who've got rocket launchers at the moment. Xantum's is running that yellow armor area, so control is in the hands of fragomatic at the moment. See Nitram looking for that mega, getting the kills here towards the boomstickers who are spawning under him. And there's the mega. And we have 10 seconds to the quad as well. So fragomatic, they should in theory be able to actually bring back the difference now, as there's no rocket launcher on the side of sudden death just yet. Oh, there is one just picked up, but fragomatic unable to have enough of a strong enough defense towards the quad to actually secure that, and that's going to mean that fragomatic won't be able to bring the frags back as quickly as they would have hoped. Carapace still holding on to this mega area. He knows when it's going to spawn. The way the megas work in this is it spawns 20 seconds after it last ran out. So Carapace is patiently waiting. Also, you can catch enemy rocket launchers or people who just picked up the rocket launcher. And you can also, if it's a teammate, you can say, okay guys, if you pick up a rocket launcher, mega's safe right now. So they know how to quickly exit to a safe location. When you don't have armor with the rocket launchers, it's often about that on e1m2, going from safe location to safe location. Being areas that are, that are secure from your teammates, communication. But Carapace is going to be busting into the quad area now as it's about to spawn. No armor left on him, so he might even want his teammate to take this, but he's going to go for it. And here we are. Carapace, 5 HP back towards Mega again, and unfortunately he may just be staying here unless he's very brave. But honestly, keeping the rocket launcher alive, he's got 10 rockets on it as well, is definitely the smart move. Going to be able to pick up another kill on Nitram there as they attack him. But Carapace now able to find an opening towards yellow, and in fact his team had that area under control, so the communication went out there. You can see that on the binds at the bottom left, I've got it quite small for the kind of movie demo config. A lot of communication is done through those binds, and it is a huge skill in QuakeWorld to actually be frequently checking it, and management of information is really an art form in QuakeWorld. So here we go. Carapace back at the yellow area, looking to do what he can, but his teammates have actually largely evacuated the area, and you can see Carapace took a lot of damage there, but yellow should be spawning in 5 seconds. He should be good for this. And that's a bunch of players spawning him immediately, but he's got a little bit of help right now, and sudden death going to pick up the quad, but it shouldn't amount to all that much now, as fragomatic still have a rocket in good stead on actually no, that's not the case actually anymore. Scratch that. It's the best rocket launcher at the moment, or the the strongest one, let's say, is going to be Carapace, and he's still running this area, so you can really start to see sudden death actually capitalizing very healthily at the moment on this control that Carapace has given them. A few players trying to annoy Carapace here. Carapace not shooting the boomstick immediately, just to make sure that he can catch the enemy rocket launcher as he made his way out there. Good prioritization there from Carapace. And they are attacking him, and he's getting quite low here. This is exactly the work fragomatic needed to do here, but for all the extra pressure a team puts on top of the yellow armor area and taking it, they're alleviating their ability to pick up new rocket launchers, and you can see that's an opening sudden death capitalized on, because now his Razor with the new rocket launcher, very stacked, he's going to pick that one up as well. In come the boomstickers, cannot use that rocket launcher close with the quad, because he's just going to completely destroy himself with the insane damage it does. It just goes nuclear with the quad, and he's going to get taken down. So that's going to once again put things in a slower form once again now, as neither team is really with a strong amount of control. BPS the only man with a rocket launcher at the moment. He's got no armor to his name. So sudden death certainly looking good with the lead that they've built for themselves. And a 30 frag lead is actually quite sizable on this map, as you can see how quickly frags can be traded backwards and forwards. BPS though locked out of the yellow armor area. He really needs that armor, and Xantum coming in here. BPS able to take him down. Good work here from BPS, and he's got very low health. Does he drop the pack? I think he does. Xantum gets the pack. Very greedy last rocket shot by BPS there, but Xantum might want to bore this rocket launcher to a stronger teammate, but looks like he's actually going to get it away to mega health. Ganon's going to pick up the quad meanwhile and actually pick up loads of frags with the boomstick, but once again, got to be reasserting themselves on control, and going to save this this yellow armor for his teammate Carapace, who's got a rocket launcher. Ganon doing an excellent work as a very strong bodyguard there with the quad damage for Carapace to give him the breathing room he needed to reassert himself. Oh, that's a nasty direct pine there, and in comes a very strong rocket launcher. Xantum whisking on by, going to be able to do a lot of damage and move Sudden Death away from that yellow area momentarily. I can see that Milton actually picked up the yellows, so really good work done here. He's going to go for that rocket launcher. Doesn't want to push through the choke points, but great damage done here. Fragomatic setting himself up for not only the next quad, but the next yellow as well. So Fragomatic, with 5 minutes left, they actually are looking quite strong now for what could be a bit of a comeback, but it's e1m2, so it's hard to ever call anything for sure. But here goes Xantum into the quad area, just has to take down these players, and a little bit too slow, but the quad damage is going to get taken down regardless, as Xantum goes back towards the mega area just momentarily to see what he can get done. But he's got a teammate there who needs it more than him, so it's back together towards this yellow armor area. That's the next objective. In goes Xantum. Nobody here was taken 10 seconds ago. So this should mean that we're going to have a strong take of the next rocket launcher from Sudden Death, as Xantum keeps Nitram secure. They have 2 rocket launchers here, so on a map like e1m2, you can actually be happy with having 2 rocket launchers and just keeping them like really, really strong all the time. There's so little armor that you need to fight really efficiently to make sure you take as little damage as possible, so you can spread that armor effectively between the 2 players. But if you're able to accomplish that and lock out the quad area well, and lock out the yellow area and grenade area very well, then you can do really good work and basically create a sizable lead. So Fragomatic in a position where if they play this correctly, you know that they have the experience to do so. They're going to be able to turn this all the way around, and Xantum, very strong, picks up the quad as well. But again, you've got to try to juggle how worthy is it to try and risk taking a lot of damage versus actually just maintaining the control that they currently have, because they will be making frags. They know that they're going to be making some frags here. So Xantum's being conservative. I like this. Only just going to the rocket launcher in the last moment. Waited for his teammates to have the yellow armor under control first, and then back in. Do they have a time on this rocket launcher? Looks like they do. Xantum's going to be able to secure this for Milton. Milton, though, no armor. Looking for a safe passage out of there, and Xantum's going to be the one to lead the way. Now back to yellow would be really, really nice if it's still under control here. And we did see previously that they had teammates there. It was Nitram, and oh, nasty bit of rocket team damage there onto Nitram. But you can see how powerful it is now having Nitram at this area, while Xantum could help out his teammates over at Rocket and then bring them back to the yellow area once again. So really good team play coming in from Fragomatic to bring themselves back into this match. Only a 20 frag deficit now, so they're definitely doing a good job and bring it back. But BPS, out of Sudden Death, able to take the quad damage. He's got himself a rocket launcher, no health or armor though. That's the really big issue. You can see he's so scared to move in either which way, because rockets could be splashing him either way through any of these choke points. Oh, good rocket there from BPS, going to take down Nitram. And still BPS very, very cautious here, just being opportunistic, seeing what he can find. And oh, there you go, XM finally going to take him out. And Fragomatic still with strong control in the important areas, and you can see how afraid BPS was of moving through those choke points. The rocket launcher is so good, but Carapace is actually going to bore his pack, it would seem. And this is really good here for Fragomatic, as they still have control of this yellow area. XTOM needs some help really badly right now. Looks like they could very well lose control of the yellow. He's got to hightail it back there, otherwise it is going to go to the enemy team, and in he goes through the spikes area. And meanwhile the quad is spawning, so you've got to really split the attention here. But Sudden Death going to be picking that one up. They didn't have any weapons to use with it, so again we can see how important this yellow is over the quads. And XTOM is locking it down, and Fragomatic coming back here. They are really close to tying things up. Just 7 frags the difference. Now I'll make that 6 as Fragomatic playing the slow and steady comeback game here with efficient play. XTOM back in for the cleanup over at yellow. And now still holding on to the major areas, quad and grenade launcher. And trying to help Nitram out of this area here. That's really, really nicely done by XTOM. Might want to swing back towards yellow now that he's got his teammate in a safe place with the rocket launcher. But in comes the attack here onto the quad area. It's not for another 7 seconds. XTOM is stuck in the corner. Really low health here, 2 HP. Needs to get himself out of there. Got teammates for the support here. Nitram able to take the quad, and let's not forget Nitram himself was on 5 HP just earlier, and it was Xterm that managed to save him, and now look how Nitram's repaying him and the team with that quad pick up here, and Xterm just sitting on top of that yellow. Nitram able to stop these boomstickers from flooding in here. They knew that Xterm was weak, they were gunning for him, but Nitram in with the defense, coming back in once again with all this flooding coming in, and there it is. They do take him down finally. We have a 10 frag game here with 20 seconds left. It looks like Fragomatic, against all the odds, have managed to return from what seemed to be like a 40 frag deficit. I think, what, like 8 minutes ago or something around that point. So 5 seconds left, and it looks like Fragomatic have clinched it. So really, really good job from them. They're going to take this map, and yeah, sorry, it's his best of 5 grand final. So really good play there from Fragomatic. You can see how amazingly strong it is once you really get good control of the yellow and the grenade launcher area, and you can run 2 rocket launchers, and you kind of switch jobs in between depending on who needs the armor. And as long as the 2 players who have the rocket launchers are really efficient with how they use their armor, then you're going to have this situation where you're going to have a foothold in control that lasts, you know, a good 5 minutes, which is exactly what we saw. In the fragging that's possible is insane. So good game there. We're going to move on to the next one, so be expecting that. Hopefully the video should be up as well. It's going to be DM2 is the next map, I do believe. So Fragomatic 2 maps 1, DM3 and E1m2. I'll see you for the next video.